Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. Today folks, we're going to make another one of those Italian classic dishes, Osso Buco. Osso Buco, all that means is osso in Italian means bone and buco means hole in the bone. Fancy way of saying a veal shank. But this recipe folks, the Osso Buco originated in Milano, Italy. It's one of their specialties. It's easy to make. It's a delicacy. It's a classic. And it's a real nice dish to serve for yourself or when you have company. And the bonus is easy to make. Let's get started right now. So today I'm only making two. And the first thing we have to do to prepare our meat is you see this membrane here on the outside? You need to cut it. And the reason, just go underneath with a pair of scissors and just give a cut to that membrane. Okay, and maybe do another cut. Do 2 or 3 cuts along it. Now what this does, just like that, see that? So otherwise what happens is when you're cooking the Osso Buco, it has a tendency to cup up. So if you cut the membrane, it will remain somewhat flat and cook much better. So here's another one here. I'll show you here. See the membrane on the outside? Right, very simple. I'm going to cut it one time here, just like that. Move a little bit more. I'll cut it another time here. Okay, and then one more over here. Through and cut. There we go. That's prepped. And now, quite simply, we're just going to baste it in flour on both sides. Now, if you're going to do this gluten-free, you could use cornstarch. Okay? That's no problem at all. I'm just using regular all-purpose flour right now. Coat it on both sides. Okay, and in fact, I'm going to salt it. Salt to taste. And I could have salted it first, which is probably a better thing to do. Okay. Salt to taste, and then just dipped in flour, coated in flour on both sides. There we go. Okay, let's make our way over to the frying pan. All right, let's get our frying pan ready. Fire up our heat. We'll go on a medium high. I have here 1 stick of butter, or a half a stick of butter. And to that, we're going to add 5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 good tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And let's get that butter melted and olive oil. Let's get it incorporated. And it's starting to melt down. And yes, every good Italian dish, of course, always starts with extra virgin olive oil. And if you need some tips on extra virgin olive oil and buying it and selecting the right brand, I did a video a while ago. I'll put a link in the description for you. It may help you out a bit. Now, also today we're going to be cooking the Osso Buco. It can be garnished with a gremolata, but we're not going to be doing that today. We're just going to be cooking the Osso Buco and serving it as is. Okay, so once everything is all melted, we got that heated up. Now we can add our Osso Buco, and all we want to do here is just brown it on both sides. So we're going to sear it and just brown it on both sides. That's the sizzle we're looking for right there. We're just going to get it browned on that one side and we'll give it a quick turn. It's been about a minute. Let's give it a turn and see how it's looking. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Nice and browned. Give the other side a turn and let's brown the other side. Another minute or so just to get it browned up. Let's take another peek. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. Okay, so we're browned on both sides. And we're going to remove the Osso Buco and look at the beautiful flavoring we have in that olive oil and butter mixture. Look at this. Beautiful. Okay, so now I chopped up some carrot, one carrot, which is about half a cup of sliced and diced carrot. Then I sliced thin 1 small onion, 1 small to medium onion. You want about a cup of sliced onion, roughly 3/4 of a cup to a cup, thereabouts. Okay, so we're going to get that added. And then I have here about 3/4 of a cup of diced celery, which is one rib. So we're going to add that. And we're going to cook this now for, just about 4 or 5 minutes. Let's get this all coated with those beautiful flavors. And we're going to saute this up and get this softened up somewhat. So about 5 minutes should do it on a medium to medium high heat. Oh yeah, look at that, folks. This is going to make a beautiful base right there. Okay, so now that we've got that done, I minced here 2 cloves of garlic. So we're going to add 2 cloves of mixed garlic, and we're going to continue to cook for at least another 30 seconds. Add that all in there. Okay, and just mix it all together. Let's get that garlic infused flavor into our base. Oh yeah, this is shaping up already. Shaping up already, folks. And now that we've had our garlic infused, I'm going to add here 1 tablespoon, let's get it all in there, of tomato paste. So 1 tablespoon goes in. And what we're going to want to do, same as we did with the garlic, mix it all around, and let's get it all incorporated into our base here. And yes, when you're done, basically everything is now has a red color to it. There we go. Okay, at this point, what I have here is 1 cup of red wine. We're going to deglaze. Not much has really stuck to this pan, but if there was anything, I had a little bit on the sides here. It came off right away. And we're going to deglaze and add that wine. Now I'm just using a dry red wine. This one happens to be my own homemade red wine. And in fact, if you want to see how I make my red wine, I have a video. I'll put a link there in that video for you as well in the description. Okay, so the wine is in. I'm just going to bring it up to heat here. There we go. And at this point, I also have 1 cup of beef broth that we're going to add. There we go. Let's just bring that up to heat. That's what we're looking for right there. Get that right up to heat nicely. Okay, now that we have that up to heat, we are going to add back our beautiful Osso Buco. Okay, so it's pretty much just over half covered, and you don't want it completely covered because then you're going to be boiling, and we're not boiling, we're braising right now, as opposed to boiling, and that's what you're going to want. And now to that, I'm going to add 1 sprig of thyme. We're going to add 1 sprig of rosemary. And I also have here 1 bay leaf that we're going to add as well. So get our aromatics in there. That's going to add beautiful, beautiful flavor. And there we have it, folks. The hard part is done. And how hard was that? Pretty simple, wasn't it? Okay, so now we are going to leave this on the stove top, and I'm going to drop it down to simmer. I'm going to keep it on low, and we're just going to let it simmer for 2 hours. And during that time, I'm going to, every 30 minutes, I'm going to turn the veal, and I'm going to check on the liquid to make sure, even though we're going to cook it with the lid on, you could lose liquid, but I'm going to check it every 30 minutes to make sure I have enough liquid. If I see I'm losing some liquid, I could add more beef broth or a little more wine. So the key is, though, to cook it with the lid on. Now, if you didn't want to cook it on the stovetop, you could also bake it in the oven. And if you did that, you set your oven to 325 degrees, put the lid on, typically a Dutch oven, and bake at 325 for 2 hours. We're going to use the lid and create our own oven-like effect. And again, we're going to cook it on low for 2 hours, turn it every 30 minutes, and check on our liquid. And that's how easy this is. So let's give it a time to cook away, and we'll check up on it and see how it's doing. Okay, let's check up on our Osso Buco. And it looks like it's coming along nicely. I still have lots of liquid. So Oh, look at the color on that. That's beautiful. From the wine. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's our first 30-minute. And again, I'm gonna do this again in 30 minutes. Take a look at it, and then again in 30 minutes. And by the 2-hour mark, we'll be ready for a taste test. So our 2 hours are now up. Oh, and take a look at that. We still have plenty of liquid, which is great. So we didn't run out, which was a good thing. And you can see how dark and intense this is. And it actually fell apart on me here as I turned it over. So I'm going to grab oh, this fell apart on me. It's just barely stuck here. Let's get that. We're going to get these plated, folks. That's the other half of that. It just fell right apart. Look at that. See if I can get this all in one piece. Maybe not. Okay, get right under that bone. I don't think this is gonna work. I got it. Okay, there we go, looky there. Oh, and I lost a little tender piece right here, a little morsel. Put that right in there. Okay, and now, oh, I see another piece that fell apart on me there. Okay, but see how it remained flat? It didn't curl up on me. Another little piece, which is a good thing. Let's move it a little closer here. I'm just going to put some of this beautiful sauce on top. Look at this. This is going to be so flavorful. I know it already. And the aromas in the kitchen, unbelievable. Like I said, we're not garnishing this at all. We're just going to serve it just as is and enjoy it just as is. Okay, a little more, and then we're going to go do the taste test right away, folks. Right away. Let's take a closer look at this beautiful, deep, rich color in our Osso Buco. Look at that. Oh, am I looking forward to digging into this. Okay, let's go do the taste test. Does this ever look good? I can't wait. Okay, so let me get one of these little pieces that kind of fell apart on me. Oh, wow. Oh, look, oh my goodness, folks. You don't even need a knife. Look how tender that is. Wow. No knife required. Just falling apart. Oh my. That slow braising has made this so tender and so deeply flavorful. It is unbelievable. Wow. You could use a little bit of that gravy too and put on top. What a hearty yet elegant dish. Such an elegant dish, full of flavor, so tender, easy to make. What a dish to have, whether it's for yourself, you and your partner, you and some friends, any occasion. Is this ever delicious? Now, don't forget, bone marrow. The bone marrow. That's like the filet mignon. Almost buttery-like. Very flavorful. Don't forget that part. It's so good. You saw how easy this was to make. Very little prep, and then a little bit of time, granted, but very little effort. Very little effort, and you end up with such a flavorful and delicious, deeply intense flavor on a dish that you would be so proud to serve. And to get a dish like this in a restaurant, you're not going to find any better, that's for sure. I should have got myself a little more of that gravy. But I'm going to really enjoy this Osso Buco. And if you haven't given it a try, You really need to. It's easier than you think, and it is so tasty. I want to thank you for spending time with me in the kitchen today. Always a great place to be, in the kitchen. No work there, just fun. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, buon appetito. Salute. Wow, what a dish.